What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As we continue this best rated on Fragrantica series, this video will focus on designer fragrances that are highly rated on Fragrantica for the winter time. And welcome back. Hope everybody's doing well. So as I was gathering information for this video, it became very apparent to me that it is very hard to obtain a 4.5 rating on Fragrantica. There are many highly sought after designer fragrances, but most of them reside in that of 4.2 to 4.4 rating space. In this video, we will focus on the designer fragrances that are rated 4.5 or 9 out of 10 on Fragrantica. And before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up if you like content like this, and comment down below to let me know what is the Fragrantica rating for your favorite cold weather fragrance. And starting us off at number 10 with a rating of 4.50 or a 9 out of 10 is Dior Homme Intense. Now this is arguably one of the greatest fragrances ever created, and it comes in at number 10 on this list. That should give you an idea of just how hard it is to get and maintain a score greater than 4.5 on Fragrantica. This is a classy gentleman's fragrance that is centered around iris, and the iris in here is done in such a way that it gives off a very lipsticky feel. This fragrance is regarded by many as a 10 out of 10. Myself included. This is a designer masterpiece that has been around for a very long time and continues to impress to this day. Number 10 with a score of 4.50 is Dior Homme Intense. Number 9 on the list, also with a score of 4.50, is Invictus Victory Elixir. This fragrance is a cold weather beast, absolute monster of a performer. This is spicy lavender with an overdose of vanilla. It does have a hint of fruity sweetness to it, but the vanilla in here is ramped up to the max. This is a crowd-pleasing and easy-to-like fragrance, and I can see why it ended up on this list. It's not one that I would personally rank a 9 out of 10, but it finishes with a score of 4.5 according to the panel of experts on Fragrantica, and number 9 in this list. Number 8 with a score of 4.52 is Spicebomb Extreme from Viktor & Rolf. Now this offers somewhat of a different take on cold weather fragrances, and it is very different from most of the fragrances that are rated at 4.5 or better. This is spicy tobacco with vanilla and some booze, and much like Victory Elixir, this is a beast mode performer. I think we all know that when it comes to cold weather fragrances, great projection and longevity are a must. And as a result, most of these fragrances in this list will utilize darker ingredients like cinnamon, rum, tobacco, and of course vanilla. So number 8 with a rating of 4.52, Spicebomb Extreme from Viktor & Rolf. Number 7 on our list with a score of 4.53 comes from the house of Emporio Armani, and it is Stronger With You Absolutely. Now this is the boozy brother in the long line of Stronger With You fragrances. And the particular notes that you will smell are rum, vanilla, and chestnut. And the chestnut in here is the same that is used throughout the Stronger With You line. What sets this one apart from the others is the use of rum in the top notes. And again, as with all the other fragrances on this list, this is a stellar performer with great projection and longevity in the 8 to 10 hour range. Number 7 from the house of Emporio Armani, Stronger With You Absolutely. Coming in at number 6 with a score of 4.55 is Male Elixir. Now this is a hypebeast fragrance from the house of Jean Paul Gaultier, and the scent profile is primarily centered around the use of vanilla and tobacco. And this one is an absolute beast of a performer that is ideal for the cold weather. We're talking longevity in the 12 to 14 hour range with great projection the whole time. This is a very sweet, very mass appealing fragrance, and one that dominates the designer space due to its likability. There are many flankers in the Male line, but when it comes to freezing cold weather, this one reigns supreme. So at number 6 with a score of 4.55, Male Elixir. Coming in at number 5, also with a score of 4.55, from the house of Valentino is Uomo Born in Roma Coral Fantasy. Now this fragrance sort of takes a step away from that heavy vanillic sweetness of the other fragrances and offers a bit more freshness and versatility. It opens up bright and fresh with apple and cardamom, and then it transitions into this semi-sweet tobacco fragrance. Absolutely beautiful for the cold weather. This fragrance is probably the best in the Born in Roma line, and one that I think personally deserves the 4.55 rating, if not better. Number 5, Valentino Uomo Coral Fantasy. Number 4 on our list comes from the house of Dior, and it is Dior Homme Parfum. Now, I was very surprised to see this with a rating of 4.55. I thought this would be much higher. This is an absolute masterclass in man's perfumery. This is the bigger brother, the bigger, darker, stronger brother of Dior Homme Intense. This is dark, woody, slightly boozy iris that performs like nothing else. And considering the other fragrances in this list that are rated higher, a 4.55 is an absolute disrespect to this fragrance. But it finishes at number 4 with a rating of 4.55, Dior Homme Parfum. Coming in at number 3 is the pairing from the house of Azzaro with the Most Wanted and the Most Wanted Parfum. Now, these two were neck and neck in the ratings on Fragrantica, with the Most Wanted Parfum edging out at 4.61 and the Most Wanted at 4.56. There is not much to separate them, and I think it comes down to personal preference. The Most Wanted Parfum is slightly darker with a hint of spiciness from the ginger in the top, while the Most Wanted has a fair bit of sweetness from that toffee note. This one, in my opinion, is a bit more grown up, while this is way more mass appealing. But they finish together in the 3rd spot with a rating of 4.61 for the Parfum and 4.56 for the Most Intense. Coming in at number 2 with a rating of 4.59, that's almost 9.2 out of 10, is Stronger With You Intensely. Now, this is an amazing fragrance. Don't get me wrong, it's very potent, very strong, absolute beast mode of a fragrance. But my issue with this being ranked so highly is that it kind of smells exactly like this. These two share so much in common that, in my opinion, if you have one, it's not necessary to have the other. And these are not flankers. These are supposed to be two different fragrance from two different houses, yet they are so similar in scent profile, so similar in performance. They almost do the exact same thing. But as I said before, according to the panel of experts on Fragrantica, this is rated at 4.59, and it finishes at number 2 on this list, Stronger With You Intensely. So as we're about to reveal the number 1 fragrance in this video, please consider subscribing to this channel. It is free and it really means a lot to the growth and development of this young channel. Thank you. So, the number 1 designer fragrance for cold weather, according to the expert panel on Fragrantica, with a rating of almost 9.4 out of 10, is Valentino Uomo Intense. This is so good. This is fresh, aromatic iris with leather. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Number 10 smells very similar to number 1. And some people have even said it's redundant to have both. Personally, I don't feel like it is redundant to have both, and sometimes I feel like wearing Valentino Uomo Intense over Dior Homme Intense. But for two fragrances to smell this similar and to have this disparity in rating, I don't know. And yes, the age-old debate rages on. Which is the king of the cold weather designer space? Valentino Uomo Intense or Dior Homme Intense? So if you've had the luxury of experiencing both these fragrances, let me know which one is your pick. But for now, according to the panel of experts on Fragrantica, the number 1 designer fragrance in the cold weather space is Valentino Uomo Intense. So there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching, and until then, stay fresh, stay classic, and I'll see you in the next one.